James Harden or D Wade? Per Patrick Beverly, he picks Harden over D Wade because of longevity.
Man, I played against both of them, and really both of them in their prime. Like I played D Wade. I came into the league. They was winning championships in Miami. But in saying that, man, James Harden's so fucking good, bro.
He's so fucking good, bro.
He's so good. The reason
good.
I'm going to pick D Wade, I'm going to pick D Wade. A, he won championships, and he won championship as Finals MVP, carrying the team in his third year. I'm going to pick. Yes, he had the Diesel, of course, and Diesel changed everything. But I'm gonna pick D Wade because of that reason. I'm gonna also pick D Wade because I think if Harden stayed a two guard, his career isn't necessarily what it is today. Him changing over to the point guard changed everything. Now, don't get me wrong, he still would have been an all-star, he still would have been perennial, all of those things. But I mean, the dominance that James Harden had as a point guard, I don't think he would have had that same dominance as a two guard. And so I think right now, what's being compared is the idea that James Harden is a two because you're comparing to D Wade, but he's not a two. James Harden's best years in the NBA and majority of his years, he's a point guard. And so I don't really love the comparison. I think early in James' career, the comparison was there because he was a two. Once he switched to the point, he became one, nobody says it, but he became one of the best point guards we've ever seen. And so in saying that, I just don't think the comparison is there. And that's why I'm just going to pick D Wade because I then got to go with the body of work. NBA Finals, NBA Finals MVP, probably the same amount of All-Stars as James, probably the same amount of All-NBAs as James. Obviously doesn't have what James won 2 MVPs, right?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it measures up.
1, 2, whatever. He won an MVP. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's not a good comparison. One's a point guard, one of the better point guards we've ever seen. One's one of the better two guards we've ever seen. So I don't really understand the comparison, and that's why I'm going to go with D Wade because I start picking on certain things, and the 3 championships got to roll with that.
D Wade started his career, his rookie season, as a point guard.
For 1 year.
I'm just saying. For 1 year, maybe 2, I believe. No, he moved to the 2 his second year. James Harden started at the 2, moved to the point guard. Okay. The hardest thing to do is to go from a 2 to a 1. And then D Wade, I would say over the course of D Wade's career, and I understand what Pat Bev was saying about longevity, D Wade played the 2, the 3, and the 4. So he started as, like one of the best swingmen ever in the game.
He wasn't really no 4.
But he played the 4.
Yeah, so has Klay Thompson.
He played.
I mean, Kevin Durant.
No, but
Paul George.
No,
all these guys have played the 4 at this point.
Klay Thompson has never been a 4.
No. There have been lineups where he's been the 4.
Klay Thompson has never been the 4.
I've seen you film.
In
I've
any
seen you film with
lineup.
Klay Thompson as the 4 in some of our lineups.
And he's a what?
He's a shooting guard.
Okay.
But it's a new NBA though. 2s play the 4 all the time.
Thank you. But he is a
and D Wade is too.
Shooting guard.
Man, come on, BD. That's terrible. Come
on,
BD.
I'm just saying. Bro, I'm just saying. D Wade has been on the court with a point guard, a shooting guard, D Wade, LeBron, and Udonis Haslem, correct?
Yes. LeBron was the 4.
D Wade was the what? 3.
Who was the 2?
Or the 2. It's harder to go from a 2 to a 1.
I can agree with that.
This is why I go with James. And then on top of that, being a system is much harder because you are the system. So you're somewhere in between a D Wade and LeBron. That is the only thing that's stopping you from being LeBron or having that same type of cachet a la Dirk Nowitzki 1-1, but we know how tough that road and that journey was, is the Warriors, one of the most dominant teams in NBA history. And so I look at degree of difficulty, who has to do it on their own, right, as the system. So you have to be all cylinders and everything rests on you. as opposed to I am one of the best complementary, all-time greatest one-of-ones that could be in that category too, right?
Listen, I played against James Harden in the like peak of his prime. Very meaningful games. Is Dwight Howard a Hall of Famer?
He will be. He should be.
Okay, so you just gonna act like he ain't had Dwight Howard, who's a Hall of Famer? You just say he did by himself. He had Dwight Howard.
No, I didn't say he did it by himself. I said he did it as the system.
Yeah, but he still had great players to make that system work.
Yes, absolutely, bro. Absolutely he did. But as the system, it's harder on you being the focal point of the team and of the offense. Not saying that D Wade was not the focal point of the Miami Heat, but he was not the focal point of the Miami Heat. That was LeBron James.
In 06, he wasn't?
That was Shaquille O'Neal.
Man, stop it. I'm a huge Shaq fan. Shaq even said, hey, man, this is his team. Shaq himself said this.
Yeah, because he was killing.
Okay, so you can't say he was the focal point.
Because he was killing. He caught flame. He was killing. We didn't see that. Nobody saw that coming. Shaq was the one getting the attention.
Listen. All right. Listen. I'll ask you this question,
the system.
BD.
The system ran around.
So I'm gonna ask
Shaq.
you this question.
Andre Iguodala was the MVP for the Golden State Warriors, but who was the system?
That's all fine and dandy, but you're not about to say Andre Iguodala and Dwyane Wade run in the finals was the same.
I'm not.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying that. I am saying there's more pressure on Steph Curry to not get
but it ain't apples to apples.
As
Andre
opposed
and
to
D-Wade, that ain't apples to apples.
Feel what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna ask you this question.
I'm not comparing Andre to D Wade.
Let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
All things considered, money, accolades, you name it. All things considered, are you yourself? If you left this earth and you come back and they said, here's this resume, here's this resume. Which one do you want to be? Are you picking James Harden's resume or are you picking Dwyane Wade's resume?
Any basketball player who wants to achieve greatness at the highest level is going to take the resume of the champion. But if you took away the resume and showed me the style.
Oh yeah, James is different.
And said, hey, which style would I like to import myself in as an NBA player? Like for me personally, James Harden.
Of course, James. I don't question that one bit.
Like I want to play point guard. I want to rock like James Harden. You know, like I like his style. I like his freedom. Not saying that if I was a shooting guard, right? If I was a shooting guard, I would pick Dwyane Wade, right? I like that mode. I can dunk on people, cross people. Nobody can guard me. You know, MVP, like that's gonna be your mode. But in this James or D Wade, it's like the way I look at it, resume wise, yes, fuck yes. D Wade isn't like you don't lose. There is no loss.
No, there's no loss. Neither one of them. I'll take both.
Yeah,
give me one of them. I'll take both.
Like, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no loss. So, like, I'm just be throwing up comparisons, trying to figure out how tight of a comparison can we make to these players when you really can't compare them because their resumes are different, their games are different, their styles are different, and it's like, damn. If somebody told me I can be D Wade, you damn skippy, I want to be D Wade. If somebody told me I can be James Harden, you damn skippy, I want to be James Harden. And so, like, man, it's a win-win.
I agree.